Welcome to Candid Conversations with Dr. Kelly, where we dive deep into the conversations that matter most to your mind, body, and soul. I'm your host, Dr. Kelly Utenham, a passionate advocate for brain health and wellness. And here on this podcast, we explore candid conversations about life, health, and the stories that shape us. Whether it's about mental health, sports, or simply navigating everyday challenges, we keep it real, raw, and relevant. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to another episode of Candid Conversations with Dr. Kelly. I am elated with the guest that I have today. I adore her. We have history that we will get into. She is a retired professional basketball player who played overseas. She is also a speech-language pathologist, so many other things, but you know how we do it here. I like to let my guests introduce themselves. So Danielle Richardson, welcome.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. We finally got it together.
I know.
We've been trying to get this recording together for a nice little bit, but
Right.
do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself and then I can get into how we met, or how do you want to do it?
Um, I'm hard at talking about myself. What do we say? I'm a speech
So,
language pathologist. Mm,
yes. So I'll give a brief little background and then you go into the speech part because speech is your second career. You were a basketball player
Yes,
first.
it is my second career.
Yes.
I was, I, I did a lot of things, but that was one of the things that I did do. I played high school, college, and then I played overseas for my country, Jamaica, the national Olympic team for 2012. Ooh, I just aged myself. And then I also
We're all youthful
coached
here.
women's basketball.
Say that again.
I coached women's basketball for a long time. I coached women's basketball. After I graduated college, I started coaching at NJCU, which is a university in New Jersey. And then I coached at my former high school as well, in between me playing overseas. And then I also coached 1 year for the
And
national team. After I finished playing for them, I coached the following year for them, one season. Yeah. And
wow.
then,
Well, you
then I
hopped all
changed
over a
career
little bit.
a little bit, a little bit. I mean, I
Then
have a lot of passions. I just try to, see where it takes me.
and then you got into the second career, which is how you and I met. So
Yes.
we'll dive more into the basketball side. You know, I've got questions about concussions and all the things.
Yes.
But Danielle and I met in grad school. So I was working on I think I was in like my second year. I know I was on my way out when you were coming in. And
Yeah.
we met, I think, like
Yeah.
in maybe the hallway or something, or maybe we had a class together. I don't remember
Oh
exactly.
no.
But I
Because
remember that you were tall. I remember that you were beautiful. And I remember that it was a second career for you. And I just remember
yeah,
being very impressed with you.
yeah, that was always the thing. That was like the badge that I had on me. Like I was like the person that did not belong nor fit in. I'm like,
Whoa,
um,
whoa. You can't say didn't belong or fit in because
well,
one, you graduated and
I
you are a speech language pathologist. So yes, you did.
girl, but it was a journey.
I know. That's a whole nother podcast episode talking about that program that we survived that we
Okay, I was telling
survived.
people, I'm like, right. Like, if you don't love it, don't do it. If you
Yeah.
don't love the career and like just what it's about, because my perspective, I always say it's always different because I did not have the undergrad. My undergrad was in finance, and I'm good with numbers. I work corporate America, and for my experiences in life, like I used to be a bartender. I used to do runway modeling and print modeling. Like I know I tried out for Tyra Banks, top model. She didn't pick
Oh
me. Can you
my
imagine?
gosh. I cannot imagine. But see, this is what I'm talking about. Listeners, I was just talking to her about how do you keep all these secrets? You bury these leads. So Fun fact, the way that this podcast episode came about is because Danielle and I ended up reconnecting. So if
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell by the accents, listeners,
I don't even have an
Danielle
accent.
lives in, see, she doesn't think she has an accent. She lives in New Jersey. And I just did a 6 hour course on concussion, TBI, and CTE for an institution in New Jersey. And she just so happened to be there. We are like more than 10 years out from
Yeah.
graduating. And I haven't seen her since we were in grad school together. And the room was pretty big. And Danielle ended up coming up to me on a break and just saying hi. And we gave each other the biggest hug. It was such a full circle moment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we're catching up. And she starts talking about how she used to be a professional basketball player. And I'm like, what do you mean? So here's another thing that she dropped. Okay, professional model. What else? What else have you done?
Um, that was it. Like I bartended for a while, made a lot of money, like lots of money bartending. I did enjoy that career. I went to
Where'd
school
you
for it and
bartend?
everything. Downtown Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, see, being a wait person or bartender in like New York, Jersey, like those really like busy area, like you can make an entire living off of tips
Listen,
and things.
I used to serve like lawyers, because right in Newark by the Prudential Center, right where the main hub of all the professional buildings, they also have like a party area as well, like the top scale lounges. I used to work there. And then so I would get like, really substantial tips at the time, not for doing anything crazy, but just like serving a drink. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, thanks. Um,
And you're beautiful and a tall model and all the things that
all those
had to have
things, right?
helped. Yes.
But yeah, and I used to do like private parties, which were okay. I didn't do anything crazy because I was like, listen now,
I
okay.
love the disclaimers.
But,
I
no,
highly doubt anyone would think, what was she doing at those parties? No, these are all professional
but
upscale events
I'm
that you are providing drinks for.
providing services and beverages, okay.
Stop saying services, drinks. You served
Oh,
amazing
drinks.
drinks.
Gotta imagine. Yeah, and I think that's, pretty much all the eclectic things that I've done. So when I arrived in, Durham, um it was a whole new world for me. And I was happy to be there. I was very grateful to be there. And I always would let people know, listen, if I'm a little not sure what you're talking about, it's because this is all new to me. And yeah, so I'll look that up and I'll come back to you. I'm like, I missed that. Let me write that down and I'll look it up and I'll come back and we'll talk about that. So, but
Smart
it was
strategy.
a very humbling experience. It really taught me a lot of about myself and about, like going for something that you want and like literally stepping out on faith and, even coming to the career of speech language pathology, which is like communications disorders. Like it was all a Google search. It was not even like I knew about it, ever heard about it, none of that. And people were always like,
So
really? I'm like, yeah.
so let's bridge that gap for listeners. How did
Okay.
you get into the speech program from basketball?
So it was, I think it was after I came back from, it was either Puerto Rico or Colombia. I don't recall where our last tournament was, and I was coaching. And I knew that I didn't want to go back into corporate America. Um, and I wasn't sure. I didn't want to bartend. At that time, I was just doing freelance modeling, like Runaway. Wasn't really into that either. Um, and I didn't want to do coaching, even though I loved coaching, because I wanted to be present for my family. Didn't have a family at the time. Didn't even have a boyfriend at the time. And
Manifest.
yeah, like I just knew being a high school athlete, being a Division 1 basketball player, that holidays I was never around. We always had Thanksgiving tournaments, Christmas tournaments. You think about it now, like the NFL, like they played on Christmas Day. Okay, they had like 3 games on Netflix, and I wanted to be present. I missed a lot of stuff. I would have to leave stuff early. My mom and I, thank God for her, like taking me to tournaments, or I wouldn't come home when I was in college because I was far. I was in Long Island or I was in Pennsylvania for my second school. So, and at those Division I, Division II levels, like you're competing, that's all you do. Class is different. You have 8 a.m. classes, you sit in the front, like you're a student athlete, like, you know, you have study hall, like you're very structured. So I'm used to that. And I wanted to be present because I missed a lot. So I said, I love coaching. I love it. I love the game, but I need to do something that's more substantial because the money that I needed to make, at least to be okay for one job, I would have to be at a high level coach. And I was always, when I was in women's basketball, the recruiter. I would be on the road recruiting talent for NJCU or like doing player development. And it was a lot of time I had to donate. So it's almost like I was playing still. So I missed a chunk of stuff still as an adult being a coach. I'm like, no, I can't come to the party. I can't go there. I can't travel because it's the holiday, busiest time. I'm on the road. And so when I came home, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just knew that I loved people. I loved communicating. And I understand the significance of meeting somebody and making that connection, and it's who you know that gets you in that door, especially in women's basketball, especially like, you know, in those service industries of like bartending or, you know, like just little things. It's like, oh, I know someone that knows that, and he's like, you get in, you know. So I just like kind of sat on the computer in my mom's living room and just like, okay, communication. Then I stumbled upon social work, and I think I was gonna go to, there's a school in Maryland, like UDC, I think it is, to do like their social work program. And I applied for the grad assistant. I think like I got into like the next step, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to do that social work. Eh. And then I kept looking, and then it came up with communication disorders after audiology, and I was like, I don't do audiology, but what else? And I just like picked 3 states that I knew one person in and looked at the schools. And then I looked at to see what the prerequisites were because I knew my degree was in finance and I knew that we could do prereqs and stuff like that. So I just kind of did that. And then my best friend moved to North Carolina before and she loved it and she was thriving. And she was like, just come down here and stay with me. It's okay. I was like, all right, I'll come. And at that time, I wasn't in any program. I wasn't in any schooling. I wasn't in anything. I just said, packed my car with my doggy. And yeah, I packed my I think I had an Altima at the time, a little Nissan, and drove those 8 hours to Raleigh. And
From Jersey.
from Jersey. My mother thought I was crazy. She's like, what are you doing? My husband now at the time, new boyfriend, not even boyfriend, right? We just started dating. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the middle of figuring out my life and you're cute, but I'm trying to get better for me because I felt, and I always say, I need to be an asset, not a liability in a relationship and in a friendship, right? It's like you want to make sure, and even like in my career now, when I have my patients that I work with, I say, listen, you're my boss. I'm not going to come in here and dictate to you what you need to do. You tell me. I'm going to show you some stuff. You like it, you hate it, but at least try it once and let me know. And then you know what I mean? Like we work together. So I said, listen, I got to become an asset so that I can help me and everyone else around. And she said, come down and we'll figure it out. And at that time, she was coaching women's basketball at Shaw University. And like, circle back, she was my head coach when I was at NJCU at the University of New Jersey. So I was her assistant coach, like majority of my collegiate career in coaching.
And then you
So,
all became besties?
yeah, through that process, because I met her through one of my really good friends, right? I met her through when I worked in corporate. She also worked in the same office building. And my friend, she was also tall like myself because I'm 6'2" and she was like 6'3" or 6'4".
Models.
And we all stick together. Us tall ladies stick together. So I knew her from playing basketball, I believe. I saw her playing basketball. Like we just kind of connected, like, hey, how you doing type deal. And that was her best friend. And so then we all became friends. And that's how I met my best friend, is through her. And
Wow.
crazy, we just moved to this new townhouse and her house is literally like a minute down the road. I know. It's
What an
crazy.
amazing full circle.
Hey. Yeah. So and we're all really good friends. Still my best friend, she's still in North Carolina living, thriving. I know. Yeah, Alexa's down the street. And so she said, just come on, we'll figure it out. And I came down and she was like, I'm a part of Shaw University. Look and see if there's any courses there. And I was like, you know what? They don't offer my program at the graduate level, but they do at the undergrad level. So I got in and I did, I forgot what classes I did, but I did, because I don't have the biology portion of it. I think it was biology or something like that to do. Because my degree's in finance. And then through her, I met a professor that was a part of the program. And he said, your story's so interesting. I'm like, why do you want to do this? And I'm like, he's like, do audiology. And I was like, I don't want to do audiology. It seems very complicated. I don't want to do that. And so he's like, well, I'm a part of this university and like, let me see if I can connect you with some people and see, and that's kind of how I led there. And I applied for the program and did all the everything, girlfriend. Whew, Jesus.
And got in.
Got in.
Yes.
Got in. I was like, you
got
sure?
in. Hey everyone, Dr. Kelly here, founder of Brain Talk Foundation, and I need your help. Every donation helps us raise awareness about brain health and concussions, especially in underserved communities. We're going into schools, talking to students, athletes, parents, coaches, educators, and speech-language pathologists, making brain health education accessible and impactful. Brain Talk Foundation is a 501c3, so every donation is tax deductible, and every single dollar makes a difference. Support this mission. Visit braintalkfoundation.org and donate today. Together, we're saving brains and changing lives.
I will say this about the challenge. It makes it really worth it. And when you accomplish it, you feel like, I'm actually a little smart. Like,
yes. Yes. Which is why I make sure to snap you out of any kind of imposter syndrome, because you are sweet and humble and like, can I, should I, what do you think? And I'm like, yes, girl, absolutely. Yes, but I love that you actually like rise to the occasion. And you may say like, oh, it like makes me nervous to do this, but then you do it. Like there has to be, that drive behind you. Like you packed up everything that you had in your puppy baby and came down here.
I did, girl. I look back at it like my mother thought I was crazy. She's like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Following
You
faith.
have a job. Like, what? I was like, I know. I got nothing.
And it's crazy how those kinds of things still happen today. Like people are like, I'm just going to bet on me, step out on faith and take this plunge. But, so a lot of times when I hear stories like that, people will say like, I was afraid, I didn't want to do it, or I decided not to, I just couldn't. And I never had that mindset of I can't move. Actually, I moved so much that like my line sisters and people who were close to me were like, you're really going to get up and move? Like, where are you going to stay? What are you going to do? But my mom, we moved and she said, you have to pay like for your housing, your phone, and lights and gas wherever you go. So if you're going to move somewhere, like it's going to be the same bills. So just figure that piece out and do it. So I love that you took the chance and bet on yourself and came on down and stayed with your bestie. And then we got to meet and here we are.
No, I remember seeing you in the hallway, hair in a ponytail, looking ever so smart. And I'm like, you like, I love that. Like you definitely were like that sparkle.
Well, I appreciate it because surviving that program, there was definitely some tarnish and some dust and other than dust bunnies.
It's like war wounds and all kinds.
Oh yes,
just
all kinds of things.
You look back like, wow, that's crazy.
We survived that.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I feel like, it made us who we are today.
Absolutely. I feel like we're good because of the, albeit trauma that we experienced through this program that we went through, which we won't name, but we survived.
We survived.
Hallelujah.
And I feel
Hallelujah.
like meeting other therapists along my journey, they definitely have gone through some stuff in their programs too, right?
Yeah. Like I want to talk about that. I want to like expose like just the bullying from faculty and all the things. I'm very intentional about the way that I teach and the way that I supervise because I never want to be the I never want to be that experience for someone that it's like,
Absolutely, right. You don't
yeah,
want to make
negative,
that,
trauma based, just like
yeah, you want it to be positive.
positive. Yeah, I want my students to learn from me out of love, not out of fear. Because
Absolutely.
I feel
Like,
like
yeah.
we had to learn
And the
out of
same.
fear.
The same. I'm the same way when I have like new SLPs under me and I'm just like, it's okay. What do you
Yeah.
need? It's fine. It's fine to not know. Just don't say anything and walk
Yes,
the room.
very much meet them where they are and empower them,
Yeah.
not tear them down. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna again another podcast episode for another time. Stay tuned. But I want to take it on back just a bit
Okay.
to explore that basketball piece a bit because I want to know about the concussions. I want to know about what protocols look like for you all when you think about basketball and just the different levels that you played at. I mean, very impressive.
Thank you. I'm just
You're
thinking.
welcome. But I want to know, like, in these levels, like, okay, so high school level, collegiate
Right.
level, professional level. I mean, Olympic level listeners. We have an Olympian on the
Oh my God.
podcast. Um, but at those different levels, was concussion discussed as a risk, and were there different levels to it? Like, were there protocols that were very strict in certain levels
Um,
versus another?
well, yeah, because my thinking back to like high school, right? I that was in college. So anyway, so in high school, people I will say back then there probably is a protocol, right? But I think we were so physical and if you fell and hit your head, you know, they will pull you out, but I won't say if they'll keep you out for the next game. Right. I don't remember seeing like it be a thing. A thing was like you sprain your ankle, your knee, like those were a thing. Like ACL injuries big at in my experience in women's basketball and girls basketball. Like the ACL, PCL, the knee stuff is big. Sometimes shoulder, but more so knee injuries are like what women really hurt because of the way we're structured, right? And with strength training and all those things, our bodies are built differently and based on like all those things that go in there. So I've seen people sit for knee injuries, for ankle injuries. Seeing them sit because they hit their heads in high school, not that much. um we had trainers, of course, that would check them out, and if they have headaches and stuff like that, that would be the length of it. Like, do you have a headache? Are you dizzy? No, I'm good. Okay, you might go back in a little bit later or something like that. Because the awareness wasn't what it is today back when I played basketball at high school level.
Did you or your teammates, excuse me, sorry,
No, you're
did
fine.
you or your teammates experience symptoms but hide them?
I I can't say that I did or didn't. Um, Potentially.
Okay.
Because of so I played forward. So I'm like a post player, so I get a lot of banging and boxing out, and I'm not a guard. I'm not on the wing, just like shooting the ball. So it's a lot of contact. And I know
You
for
all are
myself, like,
fierce with those elbows boxing out.
right, like the elbows or the headbutts, like potentially, to be honest with you, because you scrap and you fall and you get up and like, especially when I was in high school, like the good players were the scrappy players, or the players that were just like in it to win it. You knock them down, they get back up and they get the ball and they put in the basket. Like
So being physical is really good.
it's a thing. So you know what I mean? If you're not physical, it's a problem. At least even in my experience, like, the coaches want you to get down and dirty and like box those girls out, push them back. If you doing a post move, bring that girl up to the basket with you. Like you carry her, you don't let her push you down. So potentially, yeah, because I was one of the star athletes for my high school, you know, and I was always in the game. So I was like, I think one of the most recruited athletes in New Jersey at the time. Me and my other classmate, the point guard, we both got Division I scholarships. So, which is a good thing for our program. And I believe it was like one of the first like monumental things for the program at that time. So she went to Wake Forest. I went to Stony Brook University. So it was like a big deal. We got a lot of exposure as far as like recruiting. So we had to be on the floor. You know, like if I would fall and get hurt, I have to get back up. Be like, it's okay, I'm fine. So even at college, we could segue to like playing Division I sports. Like that's tough, you know, but we have trainers there and, you know, it's a thing. In college, I got a concussion. I know I did.
Ooh.
I did.
Okay. Well, I want to get into that, but listeners, I don't know who has seen this movie, but I envision Danielle as my own personal Monica McCall from Love and Basketball. Yes, I do. You played overseas. You were number one. Everybody loved you in high school. Like, and then you went on to play in college, and then you went to play overseas. That is the Monica story.
Yes, according to the movie, yes. But she made it to the league, though. I didn't go to the league. I didn't go to the WNBA.
But you played professionally overseas. Yes. And also, I don't remember Monica being any kind of Olympian, okay?
Okay, that's true. That's true. Okay, fair.
There's a tiny percentage of individuals in the world who can say that they've been to the Olympics and that they're an Olympian. That's amazing.
Well, so we made it. So we didn't make it to the official Olympics because we lost.
In my mind, you did.
I know in your mind, right? You're like, ooh, sorry. You're like, whatever. But we played FIBA Americas to get to so we were my country's Olympian team. I was on that team.
See?
Yeah, I know. So I get that. We made history for Jamaica. We won the bronze medal, and that was a big deal for us to medal. It was great for our country, and we're still trying to get back to that level because we lost to Canada. It's okay. It's okay. But we were happy in just being there. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Simone Edwards. She's a WNBA player, passed away from ovarian cancer recently.
Oh, no.
And she was really big, a pioneer for Jamaica and our team. And just the Seattle Storm was her team, and they do stuff for her still. And, you know, like it was a big movement for our country. So in that regard, I take all, like, I'm just so proud. You know, we don't get paid like in America because America has money. We're a third world, well, now developing country. And we're trying to get, you know, stronger. We are building and rebuilding after the hurricane. So, you know what I mean? We are who we are, and we're just, I don't know like how to explain it. But yes, it's a big deal.
Yes.
And you know, during that journey, it just is very meaningful, I guess you could say, right? And I don't know, I'm thinking about concussions there though, but that's another conversation. Keep going.
But yes, shout out to Jamaica. Definitely thoughts, prayers, and all the things going out to them during this time. I heard that it was quite bad. I do have patients who are from Jamaica, still have family there. Of course, I know you. I have family who has married into my family who are Jamaican, and it's a country that I absolutely enjoy, love. But I can't imagine the immense pride that you have being able to have played and represented your country. And, you know, when you think about the Olympics, you gotta, you know, give a shout out to Cool Runnings. If you know, you know.
One of my favorite movies.
Yes.
It's so Jamaican, but I love it.
I know. I actually took time to go on YouTube and watch like what was accurate and what was fiction. Like, I love that movie, for real, y'all. That's the kind of nerd I am.
And the bobsled team is actually doing pretty good still. They're making waves. My dad said something the other day of them doing something. I'm like, oh, Very good. Didn't even know.
I mean, Jamaicans are gonna get it done. Like as soon as the hurricane happened, I saw like they were out there cleaning, and there were even tourists who were present who, had brooms in their hands. So it's important to keep those kinds of missions of rebuilding at the forefront. So let's not forget, listeners, and give back however you can.
Yeah.
So let's dive on back to this concussion that you were talking about. What happened? Do you remember how it happened?
It was when I was in college. I headbutted my teammate
On purpose or accident?
accidentally. It's always
Ooh.
accidental.
Well, yeah,
Um,
your teammate. You should not headbutt. Listeners, you should not headbutt. Okay. I'm saying like, oh yeah, your own teammate, you wouldn't. You shouldn't headbutt anybody. Okay.
Anybody. So yeah, like, and she was a guard too. We were like in the paint. Something happened, and we hit heads. And I still have a scar. It's like on my eyelid, like the
Ooh.
soft part of my eyelid on the.
So I know you saw stars.
I don't know what I saw, girl, but I saw some stuff. Okay, it happened, and so, and the crazy part is now I think of like my teammate, because I went to the hospital because it cut, right, and I had to get 9 stitches.
Ooh.
Yeah, 9 stitches, and it hurt like. And
Didn't they numb you or something?
I think they numbed the area. I was awake the whole time. They numbed the area, and like I remember having like a swollen eye, black eye, and like 9 stitches like right here. So of course I couldn't play. And then when
listener, she is pointing to like maybe
like where you
centimeter
put, like,
or so above
like,
your like
right,
lash line, like your
like
upper
right
lashes.
there.
It's
right
on her actual eyelid she's pointing to. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I still, it's like a scar there still. And then yeah, it was horrible. It was.
So you went to the hospital. Did your
And my
teammate go to
teammate
the
was
hospital?
fine. No, she did not. And she had no abrasion on her forehead, because her forehead hit like right here. And so, and to be honest with you, I think I sat out a game, like games, to be fair. I don't think she sat out a long time. Like I heard, like, when you hit your head, it's better to get a cut, because at least like the force leaves, could be an old wives' tale. I know, girl. I know.
I haven't heard of that, but go ahead.
I heard that, right? They say it's better when it cut, versus it could be a Jamaican thing, versus it's not, because then you get like a big bump on you.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. TBD, listeners. Doesn't sound scientifically sound, but if your skin cuts open, that decreases the impact of the blow. I don't think that's accurate. I don't know for sure. Haven't seen the research on it, but I'm just gonna take a guess. I'm gonna go. That's definitely old wives' tale. Less scientific fact.
It's better that the cut versus not, because the pressure leaves. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, breathe.
Right. So that happened, right?
Okay. 9 stitches. So if it's 9 stitches, you must have had just no concussion at all. That's a lot of pressure.
Good. Just got to put a Band-Aid on. And
all jokes, listeners, do not take this as scientific fact.
Not real. It's not true. Please don't tell anybody that we said that.
Right. Okay, go ahead. 9 stitches.
And if they did a concussion test on me, I don't recall it. Whereas like
they did it on the sidelines or anything for sure.
No.
Okay.
No, nothing happened. On the sidelines, I was like this. And then they're like, oh, she's bleeding. Oh, she has to go get stitches.
She was covering her eye, ladies and gentlemen.
Like that. I was like, it was during practice too. It wasn't even a game. It was practice. Isn't that terrible?
I say that though.
Yeah,
like, these injuries can happen in practice, and like a lot of people think like the games, the cameras. It's like, it can happen in practice too.
Because the thing about it is like sometimes practice is worse than the actual game, because you're playing each other, and you're playing at sometimes for a starting spot or for minutes in a game. So a lot of times you have to prove that you're able to play against the opponent, because all you need are like 10 people or 9, however many you have on a team. You have the starting 5, and then you have the people that are acting like the other team. So when you do a scouting report, you say, oh, this player does this player does that. So today you do this all day in practice. You do that all day. And to help your teammate learn how to guard your opponent that you're going to play the next day or the next week. So a lot of times practice, you're like digging at it because one, you're trying to make your teammate better so that whatever they face, we win. And two, at times you want to show that you're aggressive, that you can play and you can get some minutes during the game. If you're not going to start, you could be the 6th man off the bench. You could be like the first sub for the post player, the first sub for the 3 guard instead of not. So
Wow.
practice for women's and men's are like, you're scrapping. You're like, you hear like the sneakers on the ground, like, you know what I mean? Because you're like, they are going at it, brawling, trying to get a spot on the court. And during the game, at times you have referees there to kind of keep it down, hopefully, right? Like, no.
During practice, referees are there?
No, I'm saying during the game, it's less at times intense because you have to stop. In practice, you have just the coaches. And they knock you down. Sometimes when your coach steps in to be a player too, like the ones that are like, like fit still, they go hard too. They I'm like, oh God, coach, you're so rough. Like, but they have to because they're trying to make you better. Because remember, like in basketball, it's a physical sport. We don't have helmets, we don't have paddings, we got our body. So when someone elbows you in your ribs or your sides or your kidneys, or they push you in your back, or they go like this trying to get the ball or do a screen, which is like blocking your actual immediate path, like you're sliding and the person's shoulder literally hits you right here because I'm standing firm to block my player to go around my back with the ball to go to the basket.
Listeners, right now, Danielle has her arms crossed up against her chest where each fist is on a shoulder. So that's what she's talking about. That's called a screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we do at the top for women because you're guarding your breast, and men do at the bottom because they're guarding their groin.
I didn't even know that men do that at the bottom.
Yeah. So if you watch like NBA, they don't really do it. They'll just put their hands down.
Okay.
Some men still do it like this, and sometimes they'll push off like that. So you're supposed to be here, but you push off like that. That's how they call the illegal screen.
Oh.
Or like if you're not set, if your 2 feet aren't planted before the person hits you, it's illegal because you got to be at that spot planted before the person playing defense comes in, and you hit like right in the center of the X is where their shoulder hits. So if I go like this, I'm pushing you, and sometimes they fall.
Is that illegal to push back with the screen?
Yeah, that's illegal. But it doesn't affect like that shake of the brain, right? And they fall.
Depends on how hard. There's inertial concussions, but
absolutely. So it's like all that stuff happens. So my injury happened at practice. So I sat out, I think 1 or 2 games, but I remember playing with like steri strips over my eye.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't think I had like a guard thingy over my face. I think I might have actually. It's like a clear goggles thing that has holes. But like when people have nose injuries, I think I had to wear that.
Is that why those are in place?
Oh yeah,
nose injury.
Yeah, so if someone gets hit in the nose, like a forearm or anything in the nose in practice or in a game or in the eyes, they put like that clear thing with the black strap. It's because of the nose or the eye. Yeah.
Wow.
And they have to wear it for like, however long they deem fit because you don't, to protect your face.
Wow, that is quite helpful because all of my life I was like, okay, I've seen like sweatbands, I've seen shin guards. Interesting fashion choice, but now I know that it's to prevent further injury.
Yeah.
So you were describing practice and how physical it gets, and I just couldn't help thinking about Monica during practice.
Oh yeah,
basketball.
She get injured or like they like throw her to the ground and stuff like that.
Yes, and then she was like, "You can't take a little." I can't remember what it was. Darn it! I know every word to that movie. Obviously not, but she was like, "I can take it," and then she like got up off of the floor, and they like started clapping for her, like, "Okay, let's go." But they were like really physical and aggressive with each other because what is the famous line? Never let a freshman take your spot. They were scrapping for that one position, and then the actress or the woman who played Citra, she ended up getting hurt, lost her spot, and then Monica, aka Danielle, stepped in, took the spot, and rose to stardom.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose your spot. You want to play through everything, and
Yeah.
sprained ankles. Like I remember the day before a game, and I sprained my ankle, and I was supposed to start, and I was like, I was in the training room. I had my foot in ice all night, and then I went to the day of the game. They wrapped me in a tape cast, which is like a cast but made out of really tight elasticon tape, medical tape. And like I played on it. My foot couldn't move. I had to keep that, the tape on, and I played. And then right after, I'd have to go in the whirlpool, and my foot was like huge. But for like, however long, I would have to get tape cast the whole season. So like our ankles get beat up. It's like those little, those braces you see in the store. That's nothing. Like, they put like real tape, like it's thick.
But
So
don't they
we're all like,
also put the wraps, like they tape you, but don't they also have like the black stabilizer that has like the laces that you can tie to make it tighter?
you put that over it. Yeah. You put that
Yeah.
over your tape. So yeah.
Wow.
Lots of
And
stuff on the foot. So you have to get
yeah.
your sneakers sometimes to go a size bigger because you have so much stuff that you have to put because they don't think about your sneakers now. You can't put all that stuff. You wear a thick sock and it's like too much. You have to get your sneakers like a size bigger because you wear 2 socks to prevent blisters, right? And then you wear your ankle protection. Even if you haven't sprained your ankle, you typically wear ankle braces, the black ones with the laces. And when you do sprain your ankle or roll it, you got to tape it, right? Put your 2 socks on, put your black brace on or whatever color brace if you choose to wear it. And then that's it. And you lace your shoes up nice and tight so your foot is stable.
Oh my gosh.
And so, like if you play professional, even collegiate, and you play at the next level, like men and women, like our bodies are beat up because,
You're playing on it.
people get like wrists, they tape the wrist too because you get swat in the hand or they pull your finger, you jam your finger. And I've done that a lot, and your finger's swollen and you can't, it stays swollen for a while because you keep doing it. You're playing.
And you're still, and even when that happens, you're still playing.
You play through injuries. You don't stop because I roll my ankle. Like, like when not regular, but like people that aren't athletes, they like hurt their ankle and they go to the urgent care and they give them like a brace or like the ace bandage and they say, okay, you can't walk for 6 to 8 weeks. You got to sit still. It's always like a joke. We're like, yeah, that doesn't work for us. Like, we don't even have that kind of time. They're only out for 6 to 8 weeks if you're having surgery on your foot or your knee or your shoulder. If you want to keep your scholarship and you want to, be on the team, you can't be, oh, I just rolled my ankle. I can't play. Sorry, coach. Coach doesn't want to hear that. Sometimes coaches
Yeah.
don't even know you're hurt, because you're just like, I'm good. Just wrap it. You go to the training station before you go to the gym, which is like
So
not
much is wrapped up in it. Like your education, there could be financial ties to it, livelihood. Wow.
everything. So it's like, it's of course different now, like, you know what I mean, with all the education and everything like that going on now. But back then that was the story, at least my experience. I always say that. My experience was what it is. Sorry.
Absolutely. You're fine. So, that's interesting that you talked about the ankle because that is the analogy that I use with my patients who have a concussion or traumatic brain injury. Because, the brain injury is an invisible injury, silent epidemic that we are
Mhm.
in. And you can't
Right.
feel your brain. If you have a headache, yes, you can feel that. But if you, quote unquote, look normal, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with you. And so I will give my patients a tactile injury that they could touch and see and feel, which is the ankle.
Mhm.
And I say, just like a brain injury, it does need to rest. You do need to rehab it. But if you were to twist or roll your ankle, the first thing, again, rice, rest, ice, elevate, all the things. And then if you try to start using it too soon, you're going to feel pain. It's going to re-inflame. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to limp.
Mm-hmm.
But those are physical things that you can see where like, oh, they've got a brace on, or oh, they have a cane or a
Right.
crutch. So they have a visual cue as to this person, something happened to them. We need to be kinder. Let me open up this door for you. Can I carry your
Yeah.
books? Those kinds of allowances and things are completely acceptable. But when you have that brain injury, you look fine. There's no cast, there's no crutch, nobody's icing or resting or rehabbing, and you just go right back into operating. But it's the same thing as the ankle because you're operating as if you don't have the injury, but the inflammation, the agitation, all of that is there. And so then you start to see the longevity of it and all the things. So that's fantastic that you used the ankle analogy. My next question for you is, did you notice any symptoms of concussion after you took the hit to the head?
I mean, I would say like I did have headaches after, like, you know what I mean? I think I might have been more tired. I think at that time that's all I processed. I think I
But
was still conditioned to just perform. So at that time, I took whatever time they gave me, but I had, headaches. Um, the mental fatigue, I think that's like one of the things for playing through injury is that the fatigue. Because I would always study hard for my stuff because my brain's tired. But probably because even after that concussion of those stitches, like I wasn't okay. It was not, like it hurt. And, like I know like I wasn't okay at that time, but I went through whatever I had to get done, like I didn't have a big break, like fall apart with my schooling or anything like that. You just kind of just do what you got to do.
Hey, listeners! I'm inviting you to connect with me and be part of the Brain Talk movement. It's super simple. Just visit braintalkfoundation.org and subscribe to our newsletter to become one of my brain buddies. You'll get updates on upcoming Brain Talk days, find out when I'll be speaking in a city near you, and get insights on what's happening in the world of brain health and concussion awareness. Join our community of changemakers because together we can make a difference. Visit braintalkfoundation.org and become a brain buddy today.
He is, girlfriend.
Okay, let's get into this candid questionnaire. Are you ready?
I'm nervous. What you gonna ask?
No, these are fun questions.
Okay.
Don't be nervous. Okay, first question. Cue the music. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my gosh.
Okay, first question. What's one word your friends would use to describe you?
One word?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. My friends say to
Okay,
describe me.
give me like the first few that pop into your head then. What would your friends describe you as?
I'm always down to do it.
I
I
like
don't
that.
know. Like, I don't know how that's one word. Like, you call
Down
D and I'm like, all right,
for
let's,
what's needed. I think
yeah.
that encompasses a lot. Are there any other words you can think of? Like I'm always down. I love that.
No, I think if they would, so across all like my different friend groups, or not stable. What is the word? Like reasoning. Like I give like the reasoning. Like you call
Okay.
me and like I'll help you reason and like make it make sense. What's that?
Okay. Yeah, like you're the friend to call like if you want to work some stuff out and
Yeah. Like
think
I
through some
won't give
things.
you like the go off the deep end, and I won't give you the like not so good.
Your
I'll give you like
balance.
balance. That's the word, balance. Yeah,
Okay.
like I balance it.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Number two, if you could instantly master any sport or physical skill, what would it be and why?
Pilates,
Really?
girl, or bar. I hear that's hard too. I
I
just
hear
want the
bar is
flexibility.
very hard.
Yeah, I want the flexibility, like that core. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Those
mean,
girls in the spandex outfits. I want to be like them. They look
girl,
like you are so like, you know
you
what
are
I'm
so
talking about?
slender and beautiful. You could just wear the outfit to run errands.
No,
You don't
girlfriend.
need the
No, no,
bar,
no,
but I
no.
have
Not
heard
after
that
these
it's
two
tough.
kids.
I've seen you.
Yeah.
I already know that the body is snatched.
Well, thank you,
Okay,
boo thing,
so
but I want.
Pilates and bar. So have you been on like the machines for Pilates? Like where
I haven't even gone. I won't even step in the studio.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, like this is
I,
more of like a goal. You cuz you can do this.
but this is like a real thing. Like I'm not making this up. It's like a real thing that I want to do. Like I really want to try and master it.
Maybe in 2026?
Maybe, because
Maybe this is
yoga,
the year?
because I mastered yoga in 2025.
Okay.
Okay, but that's the next level because I hear it's good for you. The hip flexors
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and
My
we are hips.
manager, one of her other clients, owns a Pilates um studio business. I don't know how you would want to call that, but I've been invited to go. I want to because I really want to get on that machine. I can't remember what it's called, but I really want to try that. And I don't know about master, but I do want the experience and to see if I like it. So maybe that could be something that we try this year together.
Okay,
Like
okay.
you
I
do
look
it
for a
up there, I
studio.
do it down here, and then we
That's
can
fine. We can
come
come.
back and talk about our experiences.
Okay, all right. That's
Okay.
okay. I really want to
You
do
look so scared.
terrified, girl. Because I'm like, what is that?
You got this. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
We'll be accountability partners because I've been supposed to have been going to try a class for about a year. So
Okay,
we'll
this is
we'll
the
we'll
year.
make it happen. We'll
This
make it
is the year.
happen.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay, number three. What's one activity or hobby you find most relaxing or beneficial for your brain?
The sauna.
Ooh, tell me more.
I don't know why. I feel I
Like
just got,
dry or wet?
I guess dry. Dry. It's not wet.
Wait, do you like because there's wet sauna and then there's like the dry
I've
steam
heard of the
one.
wet one. So it's a dry steam I go in, not
Okay.
the wet one.
The one with the wood.
Think
Got
about
it.
one.
Okay, okay. Do you like pour the water on the coals to get the steam to rise and all
I've
that?
never done that, but no, I just go in there and sit in the room.
How
But I
long?
like it. The most I've done is 20 minutes.
I think
You
that's
know,
like the
the max.
max.
I've done the max. I do like it. I feel like it just gets my balance, my body, my mind. It just really helps my brain. I can tell the difference. I'm so serious. I can tell the difference when I do it. Um, or like a hot, long shower and just like sitting there. Sometimes when I have time, I'll sit on my actual shower floor and just sit there and just contemplate my life choices.
You
Huh?
said think about life choices.
Contemplate them, girl. Did I make the right choice? What should I have done?
I mean,
Hindsight
for the things that
2020.
you have disclosed, because I'm sure there's a ton more that you have kept in that little beautiful
No.
brain. Yeah, okay, we'll see. And listeners, I'm gonna let you know the next time that she drops an amazing gem, something else that she's done in her lifetime, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I did that too." Are you an astronaut? Have you been to space? No? Okay.
No.
I gotta ask, Two Touch
Not already.
Football.
Gotta ask.
I gotta ask, Olympian, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right, so sauna, that is extremely healthy and extremely mature because I go to the sauna, steam room, whatever we're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do it to be a grown up and because it looks mature and I know that it's
Mm-hmm.
got health benefits. But when I tell you I hate breathing in there, it is so hard to breathe. And you're like taking these like really quick breaths, like just so
Really?
that, yes, like I think it's
Don't
just
breathe
the,
fast.
I mean, I just do it because it's so uncomfortable to be breathing in like
Mm.
essentially hot air for 20 minutes. So I'll go in and like normally I'll do it like after I get out of a pool. And then I'll like lay down and just let my body dry that way. But I don't enjoy breathing in there.
No, I just go into the gym when I have time because that my time is so short. I'll go in, I just like put on
Hold up, Supermom. You're a speech therapist and a wife and a mom of two, and you still have time to work out at the gym and
no, no, I don't work out. I go to the sauna because I don't have time to work out. Like I even have a
oh,
trainer at the gym and I'll go see her. Yeah. And like the one compromise I made is that, you know what, if I can't do a real workout regimen that I'd love to do, I'll at least go to the sauna. And because I know it's healthy for you. I originally started because it's good for your skin.
oh,
But then I started researching it and it's good for your joints. It's good for like arthritis. It's good for like your back. It's good for pretty much everything, the toxins and stuff. And I feel when I do it, it really recenters me. It really makes me feel like it clears my mind. But I don't go when I'm wet though. I don't even wear shoes. Girls come in there fully clothed with their phone, the whole nine. I'm like, aren't you
oh
afraid it's gonna
no.
blow up? They got AirPods in. I'm like, this is
It's
definitely not
hot.
healthy. It is hot. It's Hades up in, I leave
I
my
only bring a
phone
towel.
in the locker room and I'll text either my husband or my mom, I'm going in the sauna. If I don't come out at a certain time, you know where I'm at, because I'm very like so
Yeah, I'll leave mine
nervous.
out. I'll leave mine out. I'm not bringing it
People
in
come
there.
in, they're fully clothed. I'm like, what the? You're not hot. So I just have a t-shirt and some spandex, and I go and I sit on the towel, and I sit there. But I'm not wet. I think it would. I don't know if it's because you're
I
wet.
can't.
Why you have to breathe so fast?
I
I don't
can't.
know.
Well,
But I started.
it's not like I have to. I just choose to because it's so uncomfortable. But I don't breathe quickly like I'm hyperventilating or anything. It's just I
Just
try
try
to
to
make it as
just try to
comfortable as
relax.
possible. But I've never gone in with like clothes. I've always been in like swimwear.
Oh no, I don't go in somewhere.
That's
It's a
interesting.
different experience, I feel, when you're wet, drying off in the sauna. I feel like you're baking more
Oh
because your whole
gosh, I didn't even
body
think
is
about that.
literally in a dryer. Yeah, you're like in a dryer, literally in a dryer. Yeah.
I didn't think of it that way. Darn it. Well, okay. Maybe I need to take a peek at these benefits for being in this sauna or steam room.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do number 4.
Okay.
What's the weirdest or most unexpected item in your bag or car right now? Weird
Okay, I
or
got this beaver
unexpected?
right here.
Give the bag and the car a good mental scan. What's in there?
You can't tell me.
Nothing? You can't think of anything?
I can't think of anything weird or unexpected.
Yeah. A lot of times when I ask this question, there's like a professional item or material or tool that, like, if someone got in the car, they'd be like, what is this?
I don't think I have anything in there. I just have a bunch of kid shit. Yeah,
Well, as a
no.
mom, that's not weird or unexpected. There's got to be something.
You know what I have in there? I have a big long flashlight.
Ooh, that
Like the
sounds very
one,
police-like.
yeah, my husband, when he saw it, he was like, "What are you doing with this?" I was like, "My mom said to keep it in case I need it, like, if it's dark." I don't know what I said to him, but I don't really even have a good reason as to why I have it. But that is in my car. That's like, he's like, "Why do you need that?" I was like, "I don't know." But
Okay,
it's a
where do
big,
you
big,
keep it?
long one.
Yeah,
It's
the law enforcement flashlights are
they
like
and it's
the
heavy.
length.
He's like, "What are you
Yeah.
doing?"
Those are like the length of a forearm.
Yeah, it's
They're
like long.
metal, they're extremely heavy, like honestly could serve as a large blunt object. So technically it could be a
Yeah,
form of
technically it's not so
protection.
bad, right?
Yeah.
Um, I keep it so like on the passenger seat, on the back, there's like the the pocket,
Oh,
so I can
smart
reach
and
it.
easy access.
Yeah,
Okay. Was it in the car when I was in the car?
it was in the car behind you. Yes, it was.
Okay. All right. Listeners, Danielle was sweet enough to give me a ride back to my hotel after I was done at the
Because I felt
conference.
bad they all left you. I told about three, four people. I said, would you believe that those people just got her signature on whatever documentation they needed and bounced
They
and turned?
also said goodbye, but you were kind enough to wait and then
Because
take me to my
I was like, she
hotel.
doesn't even know where she's at.
Well,
And she
I mean, I'm bad at
got herself.
directions, so that's often, but I I know what you're
I know.
saying and I
But
appreciate
I
it. You're
felt some.
so sweet.
I apologize, okay? Because that's a company I work for. I apologize for their
Oh, I
bad
didn't
behavior.
you are very sweet because I guess me being a speaker and going to different cities and like doing what needs to get done, I'm just like, okay, like the event is done and now get back to the
Yeah.
hotel or get some
I was like, I
food or
couldn't leave her.
whatever.
I told my husband, I was like, I can't leave her. She's by herself. I was like, and no one was there. I was like, yeah, she's gonna call an Uber, but dang, she by herself in this big old building. I was like,
You're so sweet, and I thank you so much
I think
for
yes, I moved
giving
all
me
the
that
shit and told
ride.
her to get in the car. I was like, in my conscience, I couldn't just leave you there. I was like, what
Well,
is
it
that?
also was kind of perfect because then we got more time to catch up on the ride back.
Right, everything happens for a
Yeah.
reason. But yeah, girl, like I was definitely inside very upset and disappointed. I was like, I can't
Oh,
believe they did that to her
you're so sweet. And I myself over here, I'm like, I didn't even think of it as like this has been done to me. You're so
so many
nice.
times. But I'm just like, if you're a guest, and and she's from North Carolina, she's out of state. Like, come on.
But at least it wasn't cold, which is what I was grateful for.
That's true. At
Jersey
least
in
it wasn't.
October.
Yeah, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't bad. It was actually a decent day. You did. That's true. That's true. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Um, okay, so we got the big law enforcement flashlight. Last question.
Hmm.
What's your go-to guilty pleasure TV show, movie, or song?
Oh, guilty pleasure. Go to. That's so funny. I think like Netflix.
Ooh, okay.
That's my
That's a
go-to.
nice broad guilty pleasure too.
Yeah, like the reason
Netflix
why
and
it's a
chill.
guilty pleasure is because it's at night. Like when the kids are sleeping in like whatever time, 12 o'clock, 11:30, like I put on Netflix and like I'll find whatever's on and I just watch it. But my true pleasure is like those older shows like something like Outlander or like that old time stuff. He hates it. He's like, "Ugh." But I love like
You
that
cannot
old.
just call Outlander old time. Are you
No, but because it's like it takes
kidding me?
place in like 1950s and it's
Oh,
like
like
that
period
the time,
pieces.
yeah. Like almost like not I don't really like Bridgerton, I know. I'm not really into it like that. I
Listeners,
like the first
please,
season.
please
I
calm
know.
down.
I
Please
know.
calm down that she doesn't like Bridgerton.
I like the first season. The second season I couldn't really get into. I'm like that though. When you redo something, I'm not always gonna be excited about it because I like the original. And when you add too much to it, I'm like, too much. We went too far. We should have left it where it was at. We could have made another season for something else that was way better than this.
That's
Like,
wild.
but now it's the third
I'm catching
season.
up on Bridgerton right now, so it's funny that you say that.
Yeah. The second season, I tried. 2 times. I couldn't really get into it. Then there's a 3rd season coming out too, by the way.
It's already out.
Oh, it's out. See, it's
4th is coming out.
See, what is the so like Vikings or like Valhalla, Vikings, Valhalla? I like stuff like that. Like I can't wait for the next season to come out.
Okay.
So like old time, like period, like fantasy stuff, like stuff like that I'm into. Very weird.
I was into Outlander for a good bit.
Yeah, that was like one of my things.
Yeah, that was like the so many seasons.
It was,
and I just lost track. It was a lot of seasons. But with Bridgerton, I felt the same way about the 2nd season. Like the 1st season, like I was into. But then I didn't realize that like each season was going to highlight a different character. So I'm like, I want to know what happened with the couple who got married in the 1st season.
Exactly.
And so when they started talking about the others, they started talking about the other ones in season 2, and I'm like, I don't care about these.
Right. So that's kind of where I'm like, you guys spend it, but I'm not really into the spend. Like if it was about the same couple and how their journey, I'm all about that life. But the way they did it, I'm not really into it. So I'm not watching it, clearly.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, like that's my guilty pleasure. It's like finding shows that are like Viking stuff or like about, like the world and all kinds of weird stuff. But
yeah. Well, if I come across anything, then I will definitely let you know. We have a, recommend and share little network. I like documentaries and true crime and things like that. So, if you come across anything good, you let me know, okay?
I will.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for being a guest on the podcast. This has been so much fun.
Thank you.
Just thank you for being so amazing and just sharing all that you have experienced through your phenomenal life as as low key as you are. Thank you for sharing and shining on the podcast and being so vulnerable and kind to open up and taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Love you so much, girl, and we will talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Candid Conversations with Dr. Kelly. I hope today's discussion left you inspired, informed, and ready to take on your next challenge with a clearer mind. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, keep striving for a healthier mind and a happier life. I'm Dr. Kelly, and this has been another Candid Conversation.